the Durante of Team Chevron. But the man who garners the most attention, just because he's back in the sport, is that one. Paul Hamm, the all-around Olympic gold medalist, first man ever to do it from the United States. He's not here to win this national championship. He's done that 3 times already. This is Al Troutwig with Tim Daggett and Elfie Schlegel. And there's his brother Morgan, a silver team medalist in the Olympics. And Tim, what exactly is the mission here for these two?
Well, basically to get back out onto the competition floor, to be on the podium, and to start feeling things and to let not just the people from the USA know that they aren't going to go away, but the entire world.
He will compete here only in 2 events. To the floor we go. Welcome back to San Jose, California. Al Troutwig, Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, and Andrea Joyce patrolling the stories on the floor and getting set in the next rotation for the first of his 2 events is the reigning Olympic all-around gold medalist Paul Hamm. So that's coming up in a matter of a few minutes. Al Troutwig, Tim Daggett, former national champion and Olympic gold medalist, and Elfie Schlegel. Let's talk about Paul Hamm, who we're getting set to see in just a matter of moments, in his debut in this competition. In an international sense, what does he represent here?
Oh, God, it's gigantic. I mean, he's the reigning Olympic all-around champion, and, you know, he came into this competition, and I don't believe he was looking towards competing at the World Championships, but after night 1, all of the falls, I think this team needs a veteran, and it's important to remember at the last World Championships, the U.S. team was 13th. If they do that again in Stuttgart in September, that means the U.S. does not send a team to the Olympic Games, and that means a generation, an entire generation's dreams are gone.
All right, so there's a lot of weight there. Meanwhile, there's a national championship on the line here. Paul and Morgan have marked a return to competition here after going to Ohio State, and they've said that really the one thing that's been hard is the endurance, the stamina factor, and getting back to that level of fitness.
And that endurance actually basically knocked Paul's brother Morgan out of this event. He was too tired at the end of his floor exercise routine, landed what we call short, not enough rotation, already had a tender ankle, and really did some damage to it. Had trouble walking the next day.
Well, here he is. He dazzled us that night in Athens when he fell on the vault, almost into the laps of the judges. He came back to win the Olympic all-around gold medal.
And like I said, over and over again, it's all about combination tumbling. He'll do 3 elements in a row right here. The last one will roll out. Beautiful. He doesn't just do these things. He kicks his legs and opens his body out to show that it's easy.
And I think a lot of people were surprised that when they heard he was in the competition, how come he's only doing 2 events? And one of the reasons is because for floor exercise and pommel horse, those were really the 2 easiest events for he and his brother to prepare for this competition. They said that they really didn't feel comfortable on the other apparatus because they simply are not ready and they're not prepared to go out and do a mediocre job.
Another element where he rolls out of it, so you don't have to worry about the stick. But this is, as you mentioned, Al, the endurance factor, the last pass, and he's got a big tumbling run. Get all this in 70 seconds. Double layout. No problem for Paul.
Well, to me, I just got chills because for all the lack of expectation that there is for him, I thought he looked great.
No, he did. No question. The thing that sets him apart from just about everybody else is his ability, when it matters the most, to deliver in a big way. There's
always room to refine. Now here's we'll take a break here in San Jose, California. The judges loved seeing the Olympic all-around gold medalist. 15.6 for Paul Hamm in the first of 2 events that we'll see him here. We'll get back to HP Pavilion and the 2007 Visa Championships after this. And we'll see both Paul and Morgan Hamm in this rotation, both on the pommel horse. And I'll tell you what, it was like turn back the clock night. Probably not nearly as good as he would want it, but to watch Paul Hamm for the first time go through an exercise in 4 years was pretty nice.
And I tell you, it's going to be very interesting. At the end of this competition, what happens is there is a selection committee that is going to get together, and they're going to look at the results from the qualifying meet for this competition, night 1, night 2, and they're going to plug all of these numbers together, and then they're going to look at things like international reputation, past performance history, and they may come to the conclusion that this team needs someone with the experience of Paul Hamm.
I'd say pretty please.
Now, he talked about the endurance and how difficult it was getting back into action, and he actually had difficulty on this apparatus in the first day of competition.
This is going a little bit better than night 1. That's where he struggled. He's a little bit off right there, but able to hold on. The dismount has to fly up to the handstand, and that is really draining after such a long exercise. Right here, up to the handstand, and that gets it done.
He seems happy.
2 for 2 tonight.
Morgan will be coming up in just a matter of moments. David Durante, 0.5. The pommel horse, and our first look at Morgan Hamm. I can tell you that our team F got a 15.0 on the vault, which was an improvement.
An improvement. He did fall, but because the level of difficulty was so high that it doesn't become the disaster that it could have been.
And Alvarez on floor exercise gets a 15.35. This is going to be very, very close. And again, what's Morgan's mission here in this Visa Championship?
For him, certainly at this point, it's just to get back out on the floor, to feel the pressure, and to show the people from USA Gymnastics that he is not going away, that he's going to come back. Now, if this routine looks a little bit similar to what you saw from Paul, that's because it is. Not only are they identical twins, but they do identical pommel horse routines.
So who do you pick?
Well, Paul has always had a little bit more extension with his circles. It's all about the endurance, like we said, though, and not quite enough at the end there. That dismount will incur a slight deduction because it does not have a D rating. He was supposed to add a pirouette at the end of that, but a pretty good job from Morgan.
So the Hamms check in with each other. They seem to do everything alike.